Hello and welcome to part 13 of this Cliftonville FM20 series with me, Daniel. We're trying to build a nation and take Northern Ireland up the European coefficient pyramid, and we're trying to do the same with Cliftonville by taking them to the top of Northern Irish football. And to be honest, after a few games of the season, that's looking quite tight. But today is the dreaded day. We come up against bogey side Ballymena United, currently in 6th place, just 5 points behind us. 4 points, sorry. And if they win this game, we're in a world of trouble. Lana joint top with us, better on goal difference. Linfield 1 point behind. And Crusaders, the other professional side, have had a much better start this year. So it is very tense. It is very close. And the top 7 really have got it all to fight for. We'll also try and play Institute today. That one, if we get time, will be away from home. Institute have got a wonder kid striker that have come through at 15 years of age. They started like a house on fire, but they've dropped off recently. So we'll be hoping we can stay on top of that. So if you are looking forward to this episode, as we've got more transfer news to come as well, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM20 content and weekly live streams too, as we take you to the transfer centre for more news from the end of the August summer window. So let's go and have a look at it. Just a couple more loan deals to come in, and they were good ones as well. So firstly, Glenn Middleton, who has gone from Rangers on loan here for £500 a week. A really good deal, actually. He's a player who's on £2,500 at Rangers. He's a really good pro. 4-star ability, 5-star potential. One of the 2 areas we had a weakness in the squad, and now it is very much a strength. So Middleton has started well, 1 goal in his 2 games. And I've got a feeling as these guys settle in, we might start to improve this season. And then secondly is Kane Wilson, someone you may remember from our podcast network series when I was at Tranmere. He is a young right back who has been on loan there in real life, played first choice football in League One last season, and now he's here in Northern Ireland. He's played 2 games for us, got 2 assists already, and I'm afraid he's taken Conor McDermott's place because he will be first choice right back. And we've got to make sure we win the league this year. He's versatile enough to play right wing and left back. And for me, Kane Wilson is the man. So those 2 have both come in. We already knew that Thomas Stewart was leaving. He's gone off to Newry. We've got Dylan Snodden, who's gone on loan to Dergview. And then Cian Brennan was the surprise one. On deadline day, Dungannon managed to get him. I didn't realise he was available on a free. And they've managed to get him in as a permanent deal. And to be honest, we were talking about him being a backup for us. But he's such a good player with a good personality. He's an under-19 international for Northern Ireland. He's going to be a great signing for Dungannon and will help them move up the league. So for us, in terms of the long-term view, that's not a bad thing for Northern Irish football. So we wish Cian Brennan the best with that. But otherwise, a really good deadline day for us. 2 big loan signings, and then 2 more, of course, that have left the club as well. So all of that without really gaining anything on the wage bill. So we are in a good position both on the pitch and financially, of course. If we have a look at our recent results, just so you can see how we were getting on. Since the last episode, it has all gone wrong again. We played Dungannon, who we beat 6-3 as we continued our poor defensive form. Marito Marçal from FM19, he got one of those goals. But for us, Hepburn Murphy with a brace, McCanday, McMenamin with a brace, and Nathan Austin with his first for the club. Before you know what happened. If I'd have said to you off camera, we've lost 1 game, who is it against? I'm sure you would have known the answer. So it's Friel Knowles with a brace, including a 120th minute free kick. We'd made it back from 2-0. I thought we were going to penalties. And then a second free kick in the game went into the back of the net. It is what it is. Hepburn Murphy and McCrudden with goals for us as we lost 3-2 after extra time. A 4-1 win at home to Dundalk as we managed to wrap things up late on. Hepburn Murphy, Edsa, McMenamin and Story with a late pen. A 1-1 draw at home against Airdrie in the Tunnocks Caramel Wafer Cup, my favourite competition and yours. And it was a McMenamin goal to equalise, followed by a good old penalty shootout. Not 1 miss from our 5 takers. A 2-1 win in the Shield for the backup team. That was at home to Knockbreda, and it was McCrudden who got the brace in that one. Someone we actually tried to sell on deadline day, but for now he's becoming a bit of a hero in that backup team. A 2-0 win against Glenarvan, McCanday and Glenn Middleton with his first on his debut. A 1-1 draw away from home at Crusaders. It was Rashawn Hepburn Murphy yet again with a goal there. And a 3-1 win at home to Ards, the newly promoted side. McMenamin, Noah Daly, who scored on a rare start, and Hepburn Murphy, who got his 7th in 6 starts. And I'm sure he's top of the tree. He is. He's topped by 2 from today's opponents, Ballymena's Cathair Friel. And I've got a feeling it's going to be a tight race for the Golden Boot this year. Shane Lavery up there as well. Ben Tilney popping up with assists still. There's a lot to be excited about. And I think it's going to be tight at the top of the table as well. I'm just hoping we can come out on top today. So we're up against Ballymena United. We have asked to go professional, which has been rejected immediately. So our first 11 for today is going to have to find form. Look at that head-to-head. 5 wins in 7 meetings for Ballymena. We've only won 1, and we've got a low attendance at Solitude, as the fans don't really want to flock to see this one. And I'm not surprised, it's probably the worst game on paper. David Jeffrey masterminding things for Ballymena still, and this is going to be our 11. We've got a few changes to make off the pitch, so let me go and do that quickly, and we'll be back in a moment with the first 11. Here we go then, usual formation, but a few tactical changes today. So we've gone for Ben Anick in goal, who is now actually the weakest player in the side on paper, just starting to decline in his older age. He's out of contract at the end of this season and will probably look to replace the experienced stopper then. He might stay as a backup, we'll wait and see. We've got Kane Wilson at right back, Burke on the left, Shotton alongside Johnson in the middle, Galbraith and Edser in central midfield, McCanday and Middleton on the wings. And we're still looking for that goal from Joe Gormley. As brilliant as Hepburn Murphy's been, Gormley has not scored since that opening day. And it is now 6 league games without a goal, and we need him to bounce back quick. So Gormley and Hepburn Murphy getting the chance up front, but there's not going to be many more for Joe. So let's go and get into the game against Ballymena. And please let the bogey side run be over. It is still the same disastrous tactic for Ballymena. Still the unbeatable, which is in place today. Friel's up front and now skipper in the side. Jim Irving back at centre half. There are a lot of players here that we've got to be wary of. So let's go and tell the lads to pick up where they left off. A good result last time round. And we'll try and get the win again today. Through the tunnel interview we go. We'll be back in a minute for first half highlights. And we're straight back with a kickoff, which does not fill me with confidence. Against any other team, I'd think, oh, we might be on the attack early. But I always fear the worst against Ballymena. And maybe that gets through to the players. As Burns picks it up to Winchester. To Gallagher. Winchester again, back to the centre half. And they seem to find a way around us. Although Kane Wilson intercepts that. Through ball up to Gormley. Hepburn Murphy's running off him, but he opens up the space for Middleton. Oh, good effort from the edge of the box. Tipped over by Glendinning. And we've got a corner to the attack now. It is Middleton who will take it again. In swinging delivery from the left footer. And Leckie, the first man, clears. It's a really poor delivery. As Johnson mops it up, we've got another corner. Middleton in to the back post. Beats everyone and falls for Johnson. 25 yards out, he's lost it. And now the counter's on, but Ryan Burke intercepts. He might be forced backwards here to Shotton. Up to Galbraith. Lovely switch. Hepburn Murphy down for Gormley. And he cannot end that goal drought. It's a good save by Glendinning, but it was made easier for them than needed. But it has been a much more positive start. As Hepburn Murphy loses out in the air, the corner's away as far as Galbraith. The throw-in, from the left. Edser back to Shotton. 2 over out on the wing. Can't find them though. Switches it right instead. McCanday picks it up. Oh, he's hit the post. What a start this has been from Cliftonville. It has been blistering. 4 shots on target in 6 minutes, but none of them in yet. As Kane Wilson's call in. Headed away from Hepburn Murphy. Out to Ryan Burke. And his shot's gone wide as well. 5 great chances gone already. And now we've got another free kick. It is all Cliftonville. Johnson's on the end of the free kick and it's over. We could be 4-0 up already. How many chances can you waste? And against our bogey side, we're going to end up regretting these. You can just tell already. And look, here we go. It's gone quiet for 10 minutes and now it's Ballymena. Winchester crosses to Burke. Heads away as far as Middleton. He can surge on the counter and we've got a 3-on-3 here. Middleton's got Hepburn Murphy with him. Goes alone instead. Crosses to Gormley and is headed away though. Kane Wilson finds Edser. Middleton again and is saved on the line by Glendinning. And how many more chances are we going to need? It has been a wonderful performance so far. And the way we're playing so far, I don't feel like they're a bogey side. But with the performance of Glendinning in goal, I know that it's only a matter of time before this comes back to haunt us. 10 minutes to the break is still 0-0. And if you can't win with this level of dominance, you never will. As we've got a throw-in on the left with Burke. We cannot go in level at the break. We have to score. Hepburn Murphy picks it up to Galbraith. 2 over on the left, but goes right instead. And he's giving it away to Donnelly. Please, not again. Not again, as Donnelly charges down the left. Intercepted by Johnson. Brilliant work by the centre half. Back to Kane Wilson. Long to Hepburn Murphy. Gormley's running off him, but goes left to Middleton. In one-on-one. Glenn Middleton! And it is 1-0 Cliftonville. Is the Ballymena curse over? Because after 40 minutes, we have been absolutely supreme. I don't know how it's only 1-0, but I do know that we have been sublime. Hopefully, this can be the end of all of the problems. It's going to be 1-0 at half-time, unless, in these 3 minutes of added-on stoppages, McCanday can create something else. To Toby Edser. Over to the right to Joe Gormley. 2 in the middle if he can find them. Hepburn Murphy's one. Middleton's the other. And Glendinning's made an unbelievable save. How is it not 2-0? Glenn Middleton, I hope you can see how good a signing he is. He has been remarkable on that left-hand side. For every bit as good as McMenamin was, Middleton has been twice as good. At half-time, it is Cliftonville 1, Ballymena 0. They have not had a shot on target. We have had 11. 62% possession. Absolute dominance. The only man who's keeping Ballymena in this game is the goalkeeper. And we've got to hope he lets in a second soon. 5 minutes gone in the second half, it remains 1-0, and with Larne winning as well against Crusaders, we know this title race is going to go down to the wire. Just a quarter of the game remaining. We'll think about subs in a minute as Middleton picks it up on the left. Gormley heads it just over the bar. Really interesting move that. It was a bit more direct than the rest of our play, but it was almost as effective. So a few of our lads are suddenly looking anxious with no given reason whatsoever. So let's get Noah Daly on the right. He can be a winger on attack. And up front, we're going to put Hepburn Murphy on the right as an advance forward. And hopefully, between him and Middleton, we'll have plenty of quality out wide. Nathan Austin can come on as a target man. And we'll leave the last sub 5 or 10 more minutes. But as we go and get back into this game, we're going to demand more from the lads and try and get that motivation up. Can we get that second goal to just put this to bed? Just 10 minutes to go, and now it's a Ballymena free kick. We all know where this is going. Burke heads away, though, to Hepburn Murphy. Flicks on for Noah Daly. It's 2-on-2. Austin's in the middle if he can find him. He does. Edge of the box. Oh, just wide of the post. Took it first time. Surprised me there. But he just put it wide. And now Galbraith's going to be replaced by Story. He'll become a central midfielder still. We're not going to go ball winner because this affected us. And Ballymena are just starting to get chances. After this dominance, I mean, if we don't win this game against them, I honestly don't know if we'll ever beat them again. As Burns finds Leckie on the edge, he beats the challenge. Leckie in again. Good save, Ben Anik. How is it 1-0? How has it come to us hanging on at the end? How on earth is this not 6 or 7? I just don't know. Long ball from Anik is headed away, and Ballymena are on the front foot now. It's Winchester coming forward. Friel tries to get there, but Kane Wilson intercepts. Story plays it to him again. Long down the right, but we've suddenly got nervy. It's suddenly aimless, but Daly intercepts. And now Hepburn Murphy's in, the reliable scorer. But this one straight at Glendinning. And to be honest, as much as their keeper's been brilliant, that one was more a miss than a good save. As Story's corner's headed away to Johnson. Johnson picks it up and he's given possession away. Kane Wilson recycles it. But with 3 minutes to go, we're hanging on. And I just can't quite believe it on this performance. Burke plays a 1-2 with Middleton on the left. Please just give us a second. Edser to Daly. Touch and control. And it's another good save. Glendinning gets his right foot out. It's brilliant keeping. And we've got 3 minutes of stoppage time. Ballymena have left 3 up front. We're going to get caught out here. Edser picks it up in midfield and he's lost it. Oh, I just knew it was going to happen. Gallagher coming forward on the right. Please don't happen. Good challenge, Edser. Excellent, excellent defending. I have never been more determined to win a game. Ryan Burke, fullback on defend. Kane Wilson, fullback on defend. Craig Story, central midfielder, on defend. Middleton and Daly, drop to wide midfield. I don't care how good you are there. Time waste all the time. Drop the tempo. Be more disciplined. Is there anything else we can do? Slow the pace down. Keep that defensive line back. And hopefully, just hopefully, we can hang on. But after the first half, it is an absolute travesty that we're having to do this. As Ballymena have got a throw on the right, we head into the 3 added minutes. Leckie back to Burns, into the box. Oh, you are joking. You are joking. Friel has equalised. Oh, we've not beaten Ballymena today. Oh, my word. Look at those stats. Their first shot on target. We've had 16. We've had 16 shots on target. 5 clear-cut chances. And then that. We cannot beat Ballymena. There is something in the water. We just cannot beat them. The team are physically incapable of it. And I don't know. I just don't know how we ever beat them again. I really don't, because it's got to the stage now where it's beyond a curse. And it's something that I just don't see us recovering from. Apologies if I've hit the keyboard or anything there, but I don't know what to say. What a ridiculous way to throw away the game. And yet again, Ballymena have somehow got a result against us. I guess the positive is this is the first time we've played Ballymena and absolutely dominated the game. The keeper cannot physically play that well every time. But as we come back now, Ballymena could still nick this. Because they're coming forwards, they've played it back to the keeper and they'll go long. And we've got to get there. But it's Burns who's first to it. And the nerves have come back. And we have somehow drawn that game 1-1. I will never ever be able to explain that other than the curse of Ballymena. And I tell you what, for those of you who were wondering what the title's about, we've just found it. The Curse of Ballymena will be the title of this episode, because that can only be explained in that way. We've now lost ground in the title race. Larne go clear, 2 points ahead. Linfield nick a late own goal to go 1 point ahead. And Crusaders hot on our tails, just 2 behind. I'm almost speechless. I'm just going to end up saying the same thing again. So let's get through the post-match press conference. We'll do that afterwards. And we'll be back in a moment to face the Institute, where surely it can't be as bad again. We're back for game 2, and I've actually had to take a 45-minute break for that one, because that game against Ballymena has done my head in. But either way, we are now going away from home. There's some big games as Larne go away to promoted Dundalk. We've got Crusaders v Linfield at the top, Coleraine Ballymena. Some really good games. But we've got Institute, who started well and have a really good striker on their hands. We've still got this problem with Joe Gormley. I'm going to stick with him today, but my patience is wearing thin. And aside from that, it's going to be the same 11, the same 18, but hopefully a slightly better outcome. We'll take exactly the same performance again, but if we could put away 5 or 6 of the chances this time, that would be lovely. Institute v Cliftonville is the second game. Let's hope we can get all 3 points. A largely unfamiliar side for the host today, but Falconer is the main man up front. 5 goals and 2 assists in 8 league starts. A really good player, just turned 16, already scored for the under-21s for Northern Ireland. Who's he wanted by? Larne. They're going to steal him. The Vultures are going to swarm again, and Larne are going to dominate this country. We have got a really tough test on our hands if we want to become champions, because Larne are swooping for everyone. So let's go and crack on with it. The first half to come, and let's see if we can beat Institute. This is going to be a big game. And early on, we've got to go against the goal kick. It's a long ball forward from Institute, which Toby Edser intercepts. Falls for Hepburn Murphy, through to Gormley. Can he end the duck? He's into the box. Oh, it's in! Just about. I mean, he basically hit it straight at the keeper. He got a very weak hand to it. But this could be the start of something special for Joe Gormley. Hepburn Murphy turns provider, and Joe Gormley ends a 7-game league goal drought. And finally, we've got in the front foot. Let's hope Larne can drop points now as we look to stay unbeaten and look to get 3 points. And we've got a free kick on the left with Glenn Middleton. Attacking position, in towards Johnson, flicked onto Shotton. It's off the bar, it's bobbling around. And eventually the free kick's given. I think we were offside from the rebound. And Brown will clear it long downfield. But Gormley intercepts to McCanday. He's got overlap on the right, but switches to Middleton in 1-on-1. And Glenn Middleton makes it 2. This is going to be easy pickings on the road. A brilliant performance so far from Cliftonville. And this time we've taken our chances as well. Institute 0, Cliftonville 2. 3 points surely in the bag. But Larne are ahead as well. So we're still behind in that early title race. And with half an hour gone, we're on the front foot again. Hepburn, Murphy and Burke playing a 1-2 on the left into Joe Gormley. And now the goals are going to be flowing. 2 in half an hour for him, 3 for the season. And if he can get on a run now, with Hepburn Murphy playing well as well, Glenn Middleton coming into form, we are going to be a super threat. So after all the anger against Ballymena, as we didn't take chances, I've got a feeling things are going to go right now. 5 shots on target, 3 goals. And this is exactly what we needed. And there's the half-time whistle. We've praised the lads because it's easy as you like for us. A 3-0 lead against Institute. Larne 2-0 up as well. They're making things look easy. Linfield being held at the moment, so we go back up to second as it stands. And we'll think about changes as this half goes on. A long clearance again, which is intercepted by Edser. He's won everything in there today. Middleton back to him again. Edser through towards Hepburn Murphy. Flicked on for Gormley. And it's a great save, Brown. Could have been a hat-trick for Joe Gormley. But as it is, it remains 3-0. An hour on the clock. We'll think about changes in a moment. But what a performance this has been. Ballymena lead 2-0. They're coming back into it. Dundalk have got one back against Larne. and it's a long ball forward, which is going to be intercepted by Shotton, as Gormley picks it up on halfway for the home side. Crown goes over the top, Falcon is in, his shot's just wide. I thought he was offside, but as it is, it's a goal kick. A good chance wasted there. Let's go and make changes with 20 left. Kane Wilson replaced by Conor McDermott. In midfield, Toby Edser will be replaced. He'll be replaced by Craig Story, actually. And then we've got one more sub, so who's it going to be? We'll go for youth, so it'll either be Noah Daly or Stephen Welsh. And I'm going to go for Welsh here, because it's not often we'll be 3-0 up. Saul Shotton's not often complacent, and to be fair, McCanday's had to come off a lot, so Noah Daly will get more chances. But as we come forward now, it's Middleton on the left, back to Ryan Burke. 15 minutes left, and we'd love to put gloss on this now. It's Burke still going, back to Middleton. Chance to cross, does early on, Gormley's there. Heads just wide of the post. Still 3-0, Cliftonville are dominant. And to be honest, we're sad it's not more than 3. I can see Van Oberbeek's got a knock for Linfield, that's going to harm them. And Larne are now 3-2 ahead. They got back to 2-2 and they've managed to nick a winner. And Larne have got a 4th now, so they stay top of the league. But Cliftonville back in form. Joe Gormley, most importantly, back in form. And we go into the international break in pretty good shape. 2 points separate the top 3 in the league. Our bogey side, Ballymena, stay in touch. And Crusaders just slipping away, but they've had 2 very tough games. A really good spell for us, so let's have a look at the schedule and see when we're next going to be back. So I'm looking at that Larne game at the end of November. It looks like it's going to be a key one. But of course, we could have Tunnocks Carham away for cup action before then. We could have a Shield semi-final. We've got Larne in the quarters as it happens. So we will be back at some point in November. Probably for the Larne game in the title race. And maybe for some cup action too. But if you did enjoy this episode, those 2 exceptional performances and the contrasting results after the Ballymena one pegging us back, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of that first game. How on earth did we not win it? And subscribe down below for daily FM20 content, including 4 episodes a week from this series. Please do check out the podcast channel in the eye above as well. Loads of content from Northern Irish football, as well as weekly championship predictions, interviews with professionals and topical podcasts as well. But a massive thanks for watching and your continued support as always. And I'll see you next time as the title race hots up in Northern Ireland.